Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing vaping in Thailand. For those who are unaware, we're talking now about, the activity, a lot of smokers, prefer to use these vaping or e-cigarettes where it doesn't actually produce smoke, it produces this vapor. There are other folks who just like the flavor of it and enjoy it. I never really thought I'd sort of get into the high weeds, if you will, on the issue of vaping here in Thailand, but we did a video a while back. We were discussing basically, hey, it's illegal in Thailand. And look, yeah, to some extent, and I'll get into the nuances here in a minute when we get into the article, but I'm always happy to stand corrected, and this is kind of one of those situations where, yeah, I was basically sort of passing along the prevailing information at the time as best I understood it. I've now run this past folks here in the firm. We've all kind of looked over it, and yeah, we decided to go ahead and make this video based on a recent article from Coconuts. That's coconuts.co. Article is titled, "No, Vaping and Vapes Are Not Illegal in Thailand. Here's Why." Now, again, there's a lot of nuance to this. We're gonna do some deep diving around on this, but I want to get into the article first. And I urge those who are watching this video, go check out that article in detail. A lot of information in there, a lot of good insight in there. Quoting directly, "Importation remains illegal under the Customs Act. That has not changed. However, the 2015 announcement from the Consumer Protection Board that established the ban on sales, that's sales of vapes, and set harsh penalties, relied on sections of the law that were removed 4 years later in the 2019 update to the Consumer Protection Act, or CPA. But don't take our word for it. Quote, there is no law prohibiting possession," attorney Sukprem Sachdecha, a partner at Bangkok legal firm WSR International, told Coconuts. Sukprem, who has studied the issue in depth, cited specific sections of the CPA, 36, 38, and 56, repealed in 2019 to explain. The ban was based on sections 36 and 38, and their repeal invalidated it, he said. The original ban on importation, however, remains in the Customs Act. Quote, there is a law saying you cannot import them, unquote, Sukprem said. Quote, but the Customs Act says nothing about possession, end quote. Sukprem added that the change had, to his knowledge, gone unnoticed by the public, went unnoticed by me. Quoting further, quote, this has never been brought up in the media, unquote, he said. He cautioned that while people should be armed with this knowledge, it would be unwise to argue the finer points of law with the officers, with the arresting officer, or with the citing officers that are better made in court. In fact, he said he is aware of 2 people who have cited this change to successfully defend themselves from prosecution. So, a lot going on here. Interesting stuff. So, first of all, importation of these devices, it continues to be illegal under the Customs Act, according to this article. According to this attorney, again, this is Sukprem Sachdecha, an attorney here in Thailand, again being quoted, coconuts.com. I urge those who are watching this video, again, go check out that article in depth. A lot of nuance. If you're a foreigner here, again, it is a violation under the Customs Act. So if you come into Thailand with one of these devices, you could see yourself in a real problem. Meanwhile, though, once in Thailand, gets into a bit of a gray area. Now, if you did bring it in, then again, it remains a violation of the Customs Act, it appears to me, and I've discussed this with other folks here in our office, and that seems to be our consensus. Now, those who come to Thailand and then end up buying one sort of off the street or something, because again, there's sort of I guess there's kind of like a black market for these products under certain circumstances. That may be a different story. They kind of get into the nuance further in this article. Again, I urge those who are watching this video, go check it out. I think that the finer points of that are, again, it's probably not something as a foreigner you're going to want to do a deep dive into as a practical matter. Do you really want to come to Thailand and be trying to pick apart the finer points of the Customs Act and vaping and did you bring it in and all of this stuff? So again, best advice, in my opinion, for now, is to refrain from, purchasing or possessing, or certainly refrain from bringing any vaping devices into Thailand. But that said, the law is not as clear-cut as it first appears. This attorney in here who's done this analysis, I think it's really good. And again, there's even more in there. There's a lot more insight in that article. But it is interesting. I find it interesting. There's more nuance to this than first appears. And we'll certainly keep folks updated on the issue, I guess. I mean, this wasn't really something I particularly thought we would be sort of following. And I don't really intend to make it something to follow, day to day. But it is kind of interesting, and if there's further nuance that we find out there, we'll certainly let you know via this channel.